All right, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, we've got something really cool, really special set up here. As you can obviously see, I have all my Firebirds out. It's Friday, so I figured let's do a Firebird Friday. I haven't done a Mopar Monday in quite a while, and I don't know if Firebird Friday is going to be a weekly thing, but I figured I've accumulated a nice amount of them so far, so I figured why not show them all off. So we've got 8 new Firebirds to open up, all being from Johnny Lightning and Johnny Lightning and 2 from AutoWorld. Both of these being relatively recent releases. I believe these are 2022 releases. Let's see if I can sneak this out of here. Yes, this is 2022 release number 2. So that's both version A and B. So we'll start off with both of these here. I'll show you real quick. These are both 1976 Pontiac Firebird Trans Ams, which happens to be the year that my mother owned a Firebird, or the model year of one of the Firebirds that my mother owned. Next up, we've got one. See if you can see that there. 1, 2, and 3 1978 Pontiac Firebirds in silver, black, and red. And then we have a 68 in yellow, a 73 in red again, and in kind of a dark burnt red, we have my personal favorite, the 2001 Pontiac Firebird WS6 with the Ram air hood and everything. One of my absolute favorites. This is the facelifted version. This is the LS car. I only have LT1 variations. So, get these kind of reorganized here. Sort of, kind of. And I'm going to keep these over here just because when I put stuff right here, it makes a humongous glare. Ooh, I'm missing a Firebird. There we go. There's my last AutoWorld Firebird. So I guess we'll start off with these two, the new ones. The two 1976 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am 50th Anniversary Edition. Right here, and then this is not a 50th anniversary edition, it's just a regular one. So we'll get those two opened up and onto the lift to check them out. All right, so here we have our two 1976 Pontiac Firebird Trans Ams from AutoWorld, as we've come to expect from AutoWorld, top tier quality. Both of these models look absolutely awesome. If you look down on the bottom there, we do have the hood open on that guy. We'll switch them around as we go. This guy doesn't really seem to want to sit perfectly. There we go. Absolutely beautiful looking car. I do like the front end of the mid-70s model Trans Ams, as opposed to the later 70s. Here's a, what is this? 80? 77? No, you know what? This is a 77. So that is what the front end of a 77 looks like in comparison. Still, very good looking car. I really like both of these a lot. I like the white with the blue bird on the hood. You have the Trans Am lettering on the fender there with your little vent above it. No, not a lot of chrome trim on these. I guess around the window and yeah, just around the windows. You do have the little bird detail. Here, I'll use my latest tool. I have this little file. So there's your bird emblem there. Coming around to the back, we have a Trans Am lettering on the spoiler. And what does our license plate say? 76 bird on the license plate. Stay put, please. Thank you. Coming around to the side, you do have the 455 I believe 1976. It was either 76. Yeah, here, because 77 they started doing metric displacement. You have 6 point. Come on, focus. 6.6 liter, whereas 1976 it was still displayed as a 455. Though 6.6 liters is 455 is around 7.4, 7.5 liters. So 6.6 I think is around 400 cubic inches, 401. So this guy might be a 401 or whatever they were. I can't remember it off the top of my head. So let's flip these two around here. Ooh. And we can take a look at the black one here. The reason I had the hood open on the black one is because the hood didn't really want to stay open on the white one, but it seems now they're both kind of just arguing with me. But anyway, it gives you a nice opportunity to take a look at the big bird on the hood there. Again, being a 455 under the hood, you do have the little shaker that is attached to the engine. So, very cool. Looks like gold trim around the window on this guy, being a 50th anniversary car. Very cool. And our license plate on here says 50 ANIV for 50th anniversary. I'll read that a little too literally. Yeah, very nice looking cars. Wish my mom still had her Firebird. That'd be cool. I'm sure she wishes the same thing. So let's get into looking over the cards for these guys. So we're going to start off with version A, which is the black 50th anniversary car up on the top of the lift there, as you can see. 50th anniversary. So our facts about this guy, it says 1976 marked the 50th anniversary of vehicle production for the Pontiac brand. So it's Pontiac's 50th birthday, not the Trans Am's 50th birthday. The inspiration for the paint the inspiration for the 50th anniversary paint scheme originated with a special black and gold 1973 Trans Am built for Bill Mitchell, Vice President of GM Design. And our paint code on there is Starlight Black. And interestingly enough, I'm not going to go through all these right now, but we did finally manage to complete a series of AutoWorlds. So I have this truck opened, I have that Mustang opened, I have that Dodge opened, and then these three I have unopened. We will be seeing them in the near future. I also don't have any of those. So I have all of version A. So we'll check those out in the near future. This is the rest of this release. We have the 2022 release number 2. So there was a 2020 GT500, a Supra, 87 Chevy Silverado, Fleet Side, 2020 Vet, 76 Firebird, and the 71 Dodge Dart Swinger 340 Special. Jeez, that is a mouthful. So we'll get that card tucked away, and we will switch over to our white Trans Am here. We'll switch him up back to the top and get the 50th anniversary one back down here. Now, this is version B of the 1976 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. This is not a 50th anniversary version, though, based on the paint color. So our premium facts on here, it says there were 46,701 units of the 1976 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am built in 1976. Due to very restrictive emission standards of the mid-70s, the L75 455 cubic inch V8 engine was no longer offered in 1976. Really? But it says 455 on the hood there. I wonder if that means, oh, you know what? I bet they meant 1977. I bet that's why this guy got the 400 cubic inch, is because the 455 went away for... Yeah, I wonder if they mean it was no longer offered for the 77 model year that came out in 1976. I wonder if that's what they're trying to say there. Interesting, because this 1976 does have a, you know, hood scoop that says, as you can see, 455. Right? Yeah, I'm not crazy. So anyway, that is our two 1976 Pontiac Trans Ams. So we'll get those two, or Firebird Trans Ams, we'll get those two parked up. And we will move into our next car, which is going to be, let's go chronologically with these guys. So we will start with the Johnny Lightning 1968 Pontiac Firebird 350. So we'll get that guy opened up. All right, so here is our 1968 Pontiac Firebird 350. Now, the rest of the cars, including this one, the rest of the cars in this video, are going to be from the Johnny Lightning Firebird series. So we're going to talk real quick about this series. It says collect all 6 in release number 2. We did. We got them all right here. So, check. It says... For 35 years, the performance legend of the Firebird spread its wings over automotive enthusiasts. Now, for the first time ever, Johnny Lightning gives Pontiac's potent pony car its due respect with a series dedicated to the Firebird. 100% die-cast metal body and chassis, authentic graphics, and a variety of bright colors and rare options to make Johnny Lightning's new Firebird series one that no die-cast muscle car or Pontiac fan can stay away from. I guess I'm all three of those, diecast fan, muscle car fan, and Pontiac fan. So they got me good. No, an absolutely beautiful series, and I'm starting to realize now that I think a lot of these are actually personally owned people's, or personally owned cars that belong to people that sent them in as submissions, or at least this one is. It's a Your Car is the Star. You can see the little emblem up here. And it says Wilbur and Connie Bergen's 1968 Pontiac Firebird 350. So, cool little card we get to stick to the wall. And here is a replica of their absolutely beautiful 1968 Pontiac Firebird 350. Really cool looking car, really detailed model. Again, these are from, give me a year. I'm seeing, yeah, Playing Mantis 2004. So probably, like I've talked about before, that seemed to be like kind of the peak of Johnny Lightning when Playing Mantis owned them. But yeah, really nice looking model. You've got the little Pontiac emblem back there on the rear fender, along with the little gills in front of the rear fender. Firebird emblem up here on the front fender looks really cool. All the detail you want to see. There is your 350 under the hood there. Yeah, I say it every time I get a Firebird on the page. They're Camaros, but they look a little bit better. You know? At least I think so. There you go with the hood closed. Nice. I didn't get a paint coat on this guy, but I guess it's kind of like a banana yellow. Bring that in a little closer. Looks like black interior in there. Almost looks brown on camera, but yeah, I guess it's black interior. Very cool stuff. No license plate on this guy. Oh, you know what? We forgot to peek underneath all of our cars so far. So this is Playing Mantis casting. It doesn't have a year casting copyright year on it, but it does have 1968 Pontiac Firebird underneath. So we do have a year, make, and model on that, which is always nice to see. And then underneath here, these are AutoWorld, so we should at least get a production date. 4/13/22. And then version B of that car was the same, 41322. Interesting. Cool stuff. So that is, and one more look at the little card here, so I'll probably tape that up to the wall or something. So that is our 68 Pontiac Firebird. Now we will move on to the 73. I have a 73 right here. If you can see it, there we go. So this is the, again, Firebird series. I'm not going to go over everything on the back again because it is just the same card again. So let's get this guy opened up and check it out. All right, so here is our 1973 Pontiac Firebird. This is a Firebird Formula. This is not a Trans Am, although this did still come equipped with the 455 Super Duty. I want to say, because this is an earlier model, 73, I think this was before they were pumping out low numbers. I think this was around the high 300s in the horsepower. I want to say between 350 and 380, maybe even 390 out of the 455 in these, although, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. But very good looking car, white interior, white wheels to match. Almost thought this was a white Lightning, although the earlier Johnny Lightning white Lightnings can be a little hard to identify sometimes, but I don't think this is a white Lightning. Still though, very good looking car. Really, really like it. A lot of, oh, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. A lot of really nice detail under the hood there. You can almost make out what looks like maybe a radiator cap. Or is that supposed to be like the top of the alternator? That little chrome piece there, or silver piece. We'll go ahead and close the hood there. Again, you do have your shaker there with the Super Duty 455 on the side of it. Very, very nice looking car. We'll take a quick look at the little card it came with here. 1973 Pontiac Firebird Formula Super Duty. So very nice little replica there. You're gonna have lots and lots of Firebird cards to hang up. So we'll get that guy parked in with his buddy over here. And so the next three cars are all 1978 Firebird. Looks to be they're all Trans Am. So I'm going to open up all three of them at once and show them all to you guys, you know, progressively. All right, so here we have our first of three 1978s, and real quick, I did want to check the bottom of the 73. Yes, we do have 1973 Pontiac Firebird. So we do have a year, make, and model for that guy. So, let me move some stuff around here. There we go. This is, like I said, our first of three 1978 Pontiac Firebird Trans Ams. Absolutely beautiful looking car. It was cool looking in the box, but like, I gotta say, you know, for everyone who doesn't take their stuff out of the box, I understand, I completely understand, you know, more power to you, preserve their value, I get it. But these cars really just like come to life when you take them out of the packaging. I mean, they just glow. And to think that this car is almost, you know, been in the package for 18 years almost. And it's been finally set free. Finally gets to see the light of day. Really, really cool looking car. Nice chrome trim or silver trim around the headlights there. Really looks absolutely awesome. Again, our shaker hood there does come through when you close the hood to reveal your big Firebird there. 1978, so this should be the, I want to say it's a 401. But I could be wrong. I know it's a 6.6 liter. Oh, geez, sorry. It's a 6.6 liter, which is roughly 400 cubic inches. And the exact cubic inch displacement of the late 70s Pontiacs does escape me at the time. I think it was either a 400 or a 401. But either way, very, very cool looking car. We do have the little card that came with it here for our first 1978 Pontiac Firebird. Got a little ugly little license plate on the front of it in the picture. Thank goodness it doesn't have that on the model. Does it have a license plate on the back? No. I don't think any of these Johnny Lightning Firebirds have license plates on them. Really cool spoiler on there. I love the way the spoiler wraps around the side of the body. Take a quick peek underneath. We do have our 1978 Pontiac Firebird listed on the bottom there. So we will move into our next 1978 Pontiac Firebird. This is actually the color, roughly the color that my mother's Firebird was, although hers was a 1976, like over there. So if you can imagine, you know, that front end on that color car. But again, very, very nice looking car. Let me get the hood open for you guys. This one's a little, yeah, it doesn't really want to stay open for me, but that's all right. Again, it's that 400-ish cubic inch. Oh, we're backwards on the lift. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, roughly 400 cubic inch V8 under the hood there. Being late 70s, I think these guys were like sub 200 horsepower range. So it was all just looks and sound at that point. Very cool looking car though. I absolutely would not mind having one of these. Although I can't say that I would leave the, I wouldn't do some tinkering under the hood. You know, if I could take the engine and transmission out of my Camaro and put it in something like this. I mean, I'm sure I could, but, you know, if I had the time and the energy, I'm sure I would. That'd be very cool. I actually have a friend who has a mid, I want to say maybe early 70s, because I think it has that front end. So an early 70s Pontiac Firebird with a late model Chevy V8 in it. I think it's from, I think it's an iron block Vortec out of a pickup truck, or it might be it might actually be an LS out of a Corvette or something. I forget, I'd have to ask him, but it's a very nice car. He's put a lot of work into restoring it and getting it up and running. It's either a 5 or 6 speed manual that he's put into it. With the modern V8, the thing's an absolute animal. Fast as hell. But very cool stuff. So that brings us to, I'll show you the card real quick. That is the card for the silver 1978. Very good looking car. Very nice replica too. Very cool stuff. So that brings us to our last 1978 Pontiac Firebird. Put it on straight. There we go. Here we go. You don't back onto lifts. This is another Your Car is the Star on our card here. You see the little logo. So this actually is a replica of Ben Stewart's 1978 Pontiac Firebird. I imagine that's Ben in there doing a burnout for the Johnny Lightning photo card. Very cool. So here is the model of Ben Stewart's 1978 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Again, with the T-tops, absolutely love it. Really cool spoiler on this one. A little different, I think. Nope, maybe not. I thought it was a little different looking. Oh, no, it is. I think it is. Yeah, that one is actually... So this is technically off the body. That makes this a wing, technically, whereas this is not off the body. This is a solid piece to the body, so that is technically a spoiler. Like on the Dodge Charger Daytona, that is a wing. Whereas if air can't get underneath it, it's a spoiler. I think. I think that's correct. But anyway... Yeah, very cool looking car. Nice tan interior in there. Some more chrome trim around the windows. We had, well, that car is pretty much all chrome. Did we look under that one? It's pretty much the same as the last one. 78 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, and 78 Pontiac Firebird. Oh, it doesn't say Trans Am, but yeah, very nice. So 3 different colors. We don't have a bird on the hood of this one. It looks really clean like that. I kind of like it. Although if I were to have a Firebird myself, I would have to have the bird on the hood. You know, you can't not, you know? So very cool stuff. That puts us into our last car for today's video, Firebird Friday, as we called it. So we're going to wrap this one up with the 2001 Pontiac Firebird Ram Air, or WS6. At least it looks like a WS6. Very, very cool car. This is one of my all-time favorite cars, so I'm very excited about this one. All right, so this is our last car for today's video, and probably my personal favorite. I may get some judgment for that, not liking one of the older ones more, but this is our 2001 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am with the Ram Air induction on there. You can just about see this is the banana stack intake manifold for the LS1 in there. And if you can see this box right up here, that actually connected to the intake. So when you close the hood, these air scoops up here were functional and would actually, at speeds, I don't know the numbers on this, and I probably should, but at speed, you would see a measurable gain in horsepower, upwards of like 15 to 20 horsepower, because of the amount of air being forced in through those air scoops. Actually worked sort of like forced induction on the intake manifold. So really, really cool car. And I say this is the later model of the 4th generation. This on the left here being the early model 4th generation Firebird Trans Am. This is an LT1 car. So that would be your typical Gen 2 small block with it had, I think, batch fire injection, and it had that stupid OptiSpark distributor right underneath the water pump. Whereas this bad boy over here, this is the LS1. Well into the 300 horsepower range. I believe they made around 315 to 325 or something like that, in that range. Really cool car. It was 6-speed manual in the or a 6-speed for the manuals, although the automatics were the 4L60E, so you want to stay far away from one of those. But yeah, you got a T56 6-speed manual in this guy, same as the earlier 4th generations, but these I believe are a little more beefed up. Very good looking car. I absolutely love the color of this thing, kind of a copper bronze. And there is your honeycomb taillights, one of my favorite features about this car. You can see right away some of the differences again in the rear ends of these cars. The later model being a little bit more rounded off, but I absolutely love the honeycomb mesh over the taillights. That is one of my favorite things about these cars, as well as the 2 circle reverse lights there. So this probably would have been my other choice instead of my Camaro. I was really close to pulling the trigger on one of these, but I decided to go with my Camaro because it was newer, and I was just like, I kind of want something newer that's going to have less old car problems. But I think about it every time I see one of these on the road. I think like, oh, should I have gotten a Trans Am? Super aggressive styling in the front end of this car. It looks super duper mean. Little fog lights down there, and then your Firebird on the front license plate cover. Yeah, absolutely beautiful car. Very excited to add this thing to my collection. And then we do have the card here, the little collector's card, the 2001 Pontiac Firebird Ram Air. There you go. So that is going to do it for today's video. We'll zoom out here real quick so you can get a quick view of all of these awesome Firebirds. These are all my Johnny Lightning and AutoWorld Firebirds, although I do have a few more. I have, like, I think 1 or 2 green lights, and then this Hot Wheels premium one with the really goofy rear fenders that are all cartoony looking. So this isn't all my Firebirds in my collection, but this is all my Johnny Lightning and AutoWorlds, being that one, and that one are AutoWorlds. Everything else should be Johnny Lightning. So, what do you say we get all of our new stuff from today's video into the parking garage over here, and we will take one final look at everything under the lights. Alright, so we're going to start off with our two 1976 Pontiac Firebird Trans Ams, the 50th anniversary version in black there, and the white and blue there on the right. Let's see if we can come up a little bit so you can get a better view of them. There we go. That looks a little better. Come on, camera. There we go. All right. And then we'll scoot down here. We have two of our we'll scoot down here. Come on. Two of our 1978 Pontiac Firebird Trans Ams. We've got the silver one here on the left and the red one here on the right. Very good looking cars. So we'll swap, ooh, easy. So we'll swap these out real quick. All right, so we've got our 1968, almost said 78, 1968 Pontiac Firebird 350 in yellow there. The 1973 Pontiac Firebird Formula Super Duty. And our last 1978 Pontiac Firebird in all black. Very, very nice looking. And then lastly, I wanted to do this one by itself because it is my absolute favorite from today's video. The 2001 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am with the Ram Air Scoops. Probably a WS6. So we're going to go ahead and zoom back out here real quick. All right, so there is all 8 of our new Pontiac Firebird Trans Ams. Well, I guess they're not all Trans Ams. Some of them are formulas, but they're all Firebirds. But there you go. That is 8 awesome new Firebirds added to the collection there today. So make sure if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know which car was your favorite. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me too. And I will see you guys in the next video.